can't incriminate it.
No shit. We don't open Snap when we're out because then other people, husbands, may know where we're located. So
Yeah.
we just don't even do that anymore. Her and I have been friends for a minute. We work together.
There we go. That's much better.
So
We're live and we're just rambling here.
we're just talking.
Okay,
Hey,
because
these are some behind the scenes.
That's
Yeah,
right.
behind the scene moments that you don't get.
Yep.
For once, I'm not talking shit. Well, actually, I probably will start talking shit.
That's my mo.
Hey, we are live on YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook.
Rumble.
Rumble.
Bumble, we got no damn dating site, girl.
I'm like, shoot, what did I jump into tonight?
Oh.
Don't be putting us out there on that Bumble now, honey.
I'm like, hold on a second. No, just kidding.
Well, maybe Ron might need to sign up on Bumble. I mean, that might be good for him, but it's not good for the whole entire show.
Hey, listen, you know
It's
that,
a
that
new-
would be an
it's a
entirely
new
different
audience.
show.
Is it right?
It's a new audience.
Well, that would be a Begley's channel, you know. So anyway, welcome everybody to Tales from the Lounge. What are you smoking? We have our special guest Debbie on. I'm Ron,
I'm Rhonda.
and tonight we are drinking Michelob Ultra, and we're smoking Angelique's
Oh, my favorite
from
stuff.
Principal Cigar. They're Debbie's all-time favorite so far.
So
But
we're
what-
going to be drinking Michelob Ultra because that is one of Debbie's favorite beers.
Actually,
It is.
I was made to promise that that's what we would drink because that's what you would drink.
I would have drank other stuff. It just, when I drink for volume, this is kind of my go-to.
Girl, look, whatever it is that you want
I
to
gotta watch that girlish figure.
That's right. Well,
I'm
hell.
starting to watch that girlish finger
Look.
too. So
You get to an age where they just don't drop like they used to.
They don't. And they just jiggle and wiggle in places that you don't want them to be jiggling and wiggling at.
So, I
So,
can appreciate.
yeah. So,
and like I said, folks, we're on Rumble. If you don't want to watch us on Facebook, if you don't want to watch us on YouTube, you can watch us on Rumble. And we're going to get lit here. And I know the lighting's a little off tonight, mainly because of my laptop screen and my phone screen. But I'll fix that here in a minute.
So,
But I'm going to get everybody lit up here.
and then we'll talk about these cuts here.
no, you're not lit. Let me fix you up, sister.
Toaster up. It's been a while since I had an Angelique.
Really?
Yeah?
Yep.
Me too.
Brandon.
One, because they're sweet to me.
Okay.
And I don't really smoke.
You're not a sweet?
No, not at all. But I will say, when I first started smoking,
Yeah.
I did dabble in the acid line because the acid line is sweet.
Yeah.
Just about every cigar that they have is sweet. So I used to dabble in acid, but not acid the drug, but acid the line. Okay. Let me be
Yeah.
clear.
No, I did the drug.
Okay, that was you. I was a good girl.
Hey, that's
Anyway,
probably the 70s, right?
So,
No, it was the 80s.
shoot.
okay, we learned something new about his ass.
We sure did.
Okay, well, actually, I already knew that.
I didn't know how much we were sharing
Yeah,
tonight.
actually, I already knew that, so it's nothing. It doesn't really
It's not a big
surprise.
deal.
It's not a big surprise to me.
Ooh, yeah,
but so
I went out just real quick too.
I don't really drink. I mean, I don't really smoke
Sweet.
sweet at all.
Oh.
So for me,
Hold on. We're not live.
okay.
Keep puffing, puff hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube was being stupid. Facebook was being stupid. Welcome, everybody. Sorry we're late. Tales from the Lounge. I'm Ron,
I'm Rhonda.
and this is our special guest, Debbie.
Hello.
And not only is she a special guest, she is the wife of another friend that we had on. This is Josh Sims' wife. We had him on last year.
I wouldn't go bragging about that. No, I love him. Bless his heart. We've been
Bless
married.
his heart.
Bless his
That's
heart.
the key word.
Bless his heart. That's like the most Southernism.
For those of you who know that Southern thing.
No, Josh and I have been together for 17, almost 18 years. Been married for 15, so we've been together for a minute.
You've been together for a long time.
Yeah, for a minute.
So you can talk shit to him and then slap him upside his head, whatever
They
you
ain't
want to do.
going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere.
we hit the threshold.
Right.
We ain't going nowhere.
Going nowhere.
And we're going to get started here in just a minute. We're going to kick into the intro.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk to Debbie, and we're going to talk about cigars and cigar journeys and all kinds of fun stuff.
This is a rough batch. Like I said, I've had a handful and I've never struggled. Here, can we try this one? And I may even have you recut this for me. I know we talked about the way, but maybe I'm just not sucking hard enough. Oh, the intro's over.
There's too many things popping into my head. You gave me overload.
Sorry, and this is
you're just not sucking hard enough.
Give that a shot.
Wow. You guys would be like, we can never have her back again.
Oh, we're going to have you back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely.
So, one of the first things, I guess, we're talking about cigars. So, my first V-cut. So, I'm a novice. When Josh and I first started dating eons ago, youngins, in our early 20s, we would sit on my patio and we would drink some good liquor, and we'd sit out on the patio and smoke a cigar. And we did that while we were dating, and then got married and had kids and went through this whole thing. And Josh never really lost his love for cigar, but clearly we were not going out and socializing and doing all that stuff.
You had kids and, priorities.
Responsibilities of life at that point, right? Our girls got a little bit older. And one of my daughter's friends, her dad ended up being a huge cigar guy, converted a whole room in his house.
Yes, nice.
And so Josh was like, man, I've always loved cigars. And he's like, really? And I think that kind of kicked it off for Josh a couple of years ago, again, during COVID. His appreciation and enjoyment for cigar.
Right.
And that's kind of how we got, I guess, a little bit further down the road, and then he started looking for establishments, where can I go, where can I get stuff, right? And honestly, how he found this place was he got tired of smoking on the patio by himself.
Yeah.
And so the social aspect.
Yeah. This is a great social environment. You meet so many different people.
All walks of life.
Yeah. And if you need something done in your house, let me tell you, somebody here know how to do it. So, or somebody has a friend that knows how to do it. Or it's just a great fellowship here.
In networking, I had a fantastic conversation, one of my first visits here, with Biz, who does, DJing First Mondays. And him and I were just having a conversation, and he talked about that leap of faith and just how there's so much camaraderie in this network of people who have, again, you go to bars, that's a little bit different. Yeah. But this environment is unique, and so Josh was doing this a long time by himself, and I kind of just let that kind of be a space. But once he started working here, I was like, you know what, I kind of want to see where you work and what you do, and I want to meet these people you talk about. And so with that, then I started coming in and started picking up some cigars. So this actually Brandon recommended. He mentioned that his wife liked it, and I've probably been on the lighter side again. I'm newer to coming back to smoking cigars.
Yeah, so you don't want to start off with anything heavy, and you don't want to start with a medium or a full body. That's way too much.
That's too much.
It's too much. Yep. So you're doing it right, but that's how I started off. When I started smoking, I started off with a Connecticut, very light. Yeah. Romeo and Juliet. Very light. It was good, but after a while, I was like, okay, I need something a little stronger. So my palate started to grow, and I just wanted mediums and fulls. So I usually don't even touch the Connecticut's anymore.
So I appreciate y'all, like I said, taking it a step back for the novice here.
Yes,
enjoying a little bit of beer with me. Again, I know this is not a traditional pairing.
No, it's okay.
No, it is.
But I think it's about what you like, right? And so I guess that's where I'd go with this. It's, I hear that a lot with wine, right? Mm-hmm. Like, drink what you like. Yes. I feel like that is similar here when we talk about it, is that smoke what you like and pair it with what you like.
Yeah. Exactly. And not everything is going to taste the same, but you won't know that unless you do it.
Right.
You got to try it. Yeah. I haven't smoked a full body and had vodka, Tito's and vodka, And I'm like, this is disgusting.
Oh, I can imagine.
Like I cannot drink vodka.
They're competing with each other, right? So you've got to find a nice complement that works for you.
Exactly. So I stick with the whiskeys, the scotch, the bourbons, and stuff like that when I'm smoking a full body or medium.
Yeah.
But with the Connecticut,
cigar review, because everybody's palate's different.
For sure.
yes.
And when you read reviews, those are all subjective. Has to do with it has to do with two things. First and foremost, the person's palate, and the second is how much money are they being paid to review it.
Oh,
Exactly.
You're exactly right.
You're
And again,
exactly
I think everybody has a different dollar amount you're willing to spend.
To sell your soul for.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And to spend on one, right? On
And
a
if
stick,
you want
as
to know what
mentioned.
mine is, just hit me up. We'll have a private conversation. I am for sale.
Don't nobody want you.
I know. That's the sad part.
Can I talk about this here? So again, Rhonda, I might have to have you recut this. So
Absolutely.
we talked about
No,
earlier
actually,
that or maybe it's just my stick. Maybe my
No, mine
stick
is doing the same thing.
is struggling. Okay.
Yes, mine is struggling as well.
Okay.
Mine is too.
I haven't ever had this problem. So I
We'll
just
get
would
into
like to
this
bring
next.
attention here that like I've never had a V cut before.
Where'd you get these?
Huh?
You got them out of there?
Yeah.
Rhonda, you introduced me here to the V cut tonight.
Uh-huh.
So and for anybody who caught the blooper at the beginning, I've never had a V cut before. I've always just had a straight cut, and I didn't know that this even existed.
Yes, it's on the cutter, so it depends on if you get a cutter.
Yeah.
I have the Calibre cutter, so it
I'll be
is.
right back.
One side is a V cut, one side is a straight cut. They're about $90-something
Okay.
for this cutter, and it's heavy too. Feel it.
Oh wow, this has got some meat to
Yeah,
it.
it's got some
weight and
yes, it's a sturdy little baby, and I probably got like 4 of these.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, it's like for someone who hasn't had one of these, I'd say it's like Zippo heavy. Like
Yes,
it is like
it is.
lighter heavy.
But
Ooh.
it's yes.
Ooh.
But you just push this little button in and it just pops out like that.
Fancy.
Yeah. And this is one of my favorite cutters. Like when I first started smoking, and I was just using a regular old cutter. One of the cheap ones.
The cheap ones. We've got them in the drawer.
You didn't know any better.
Right.
I mean, I didn't know any better. But as I got to learn about the lifestyle and what tools I needed, I realized that, hey, I needed some better tools.
For sure.
Because when you're cutting your stick with a cheap cutter, the tip of it's going to come out like
It's going to unravel.
Yeah, it's going to unravel, and it's just not going to look right.
It's probably
shabby.
it's going to impact probably the way you taste, as we talked about with this V cut and the straight cut.
Yes.
That's interesting. Again, I don't know that as a novice like me, I don't know that I would have come in knowing
You wouldn't have.
that
And then someone teaches you and shows you.
how important even the tools that you use are to making sure that you get the full-fledged experience that you're paying for, right?
Yeah. And you don't always have to have a V cut. You don't always have to have a straight cut. It depends on the stick that you're smoking. Because sometimes when you're smoking a stick like this, you might not want the V cut because it's taken away from the stick itself. But at the same time, I like the V cut because I get the draw of it for me.
Okay.
Well, and see, and that's. I'm a little different. If it's a smaller ring gauge, I'll do a straight cut. If it's a larger ring gauge, I do the V cut.
Okay.
Because of the area of the cap.
Yeah.
And when you say that, again, totally green here.
That's
Are we
okay.
talking like a Winston Churchill kind of size, like
We're
those
talking,
big fatties?
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like everything tonight is going to have an unfortunate connotation.
No. So let me tell you real quick. Okay. So this is the next cigar I'm going to smoke. It's an Amazon Basin, which are very hard to get. And I was lucky enough to get one.
Woo!
So when I cut this, I'm going to cut it with a V cut because look at the ring gauge at the top. The cap is bigger.
Yeah.
So I can cut it as a V cut, but I cut all my sticks with a V cut. So to me, it's no different.
Now that's because you're smoking medium to full body.
Right. But if this was Ron smoking this one, he would cut it as a straight cut because that's the preference that he likes. Would you cut this as a V cut too?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
It's a bigger ring gauge.
Okay. Nice.
Fascinating.
Stuff about this size.
You're going to cut it as a straight cut.
As a straight cut.
And again, I appreciate y'all smoking a little something sweet. I mean, I would have picked something else if you guys had said, "Hey, this is where we're going with." I would have totally would have gone for it. I appreciate that.
We want you to smoke what you like, and that's what we do. Everybody else, we don't give a damn.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Everybody else, we don't give a damn. You can smoke what we smoke.
That's awesome.
So, what do you want? You want a straight cut or?
Yeah, let's do a straight cut.
Try a straight cut.
Because the sweet cut is killing me here, and yeah. We'll just see what we get. My next one might have to be a V cut.
Light her up, Ron. I think I'm out of
Yep.
Yep. I am.
Here's yours.
All right, we'll try this again.
All right, let me toast you up first.
Okay.
And what you want to do when you're toasting the cigar, what you want to do is not really put the fire to it, but get the heat to it, and you want
just a light kiss, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And what you want to do is get a little bit of red all the way around it. That way, when you go to light it in your mouth, take a deep draw while I hit it with a torch. And there you are.
Beautiful.
I've done that once or twice.
I mean, look, I can tell that it's
So since we're all doing like straight cuts, I think I'll just do a straight cut with you guys.
Sorry, Rhonda.
That's okay, honey. Look, I'm flexible. Let's go with the flow.
All right. And we're just going
Sometimes
to
the flow
drop
don't want to go with me,
Yeah,
but
we're
you know
gonna
we make
toss
it
these
flow.
That's right. All right.
Okay,
So
pass that lighter, please.
we've heard your story
Appreciate
about
ya.
how you got started smoking
Yeah.
cigars. Do you remember what the first one you smoked was?
You know what? It was either a Cohiba or a Romeo and Juliet, because
Yeah.
I feel like, again, I don't want to age myself here, but in the late 90s, early aughts, like, these were the names and this is what we were smoking.
Yep.
And those were, I feel like, the big names 20 years ago.
Yep.
Oh, he wants this.
Okay. So Josh says tonight he's going with the melon ball. Oh, melon ball color. Oh, you got the new one. It's got the new cut.
I haven't bought it.
Okay, so I don't have
Josh
my glasses
bought
on, so I can't see who's all on here, but I see Wayne is on here. Hi, Wayne. Wesley. Is that Wesley?
it. Yep.
Ed.
Let me see here.
Kevin.
I've actually got
Hi, everyone.
And I will get this
Thanks for
figured
joining
out how
us.
Cheers.
Cheers, sister.
Cheers. I'm going to have a really hard time, I'm going to tell you this, like not singing to Elle, the music in the background right now.
Girl, sing. Sing your little heart out. Or you want to sing?
Yeah.
Girl, sing.
Bless your heart. These numbers will drop really fast if I start singing. So that's
Sing your little heart out, honey.
Absolutely. Now, let me tell you something interesting.
okay.
I've only been smoking about, I guess it's getting close to 7 years now, but I stumbled across a cigar lounge by accident driving Uber. I actually dropped off somebody who Ubered to Enfuego.
Oh yeah,
And
on the square
and
years ago.
And I dropped him off, and he said, "I'm going to a cigar lounge." I said, "I didn't know that was a thing." And then later on, I was like, "Oh well, I know where one is," you know. And so it was kind of funny.
It's a thing.
It is a thing.
So I've been smoking probably about now 8 years. And I started 8 years ago with a friend of mine. And he no longer smokes, really, and I just continued it.
So, again, not to rehash what we talked about, Ron, but this has given my husband and I an opportunity to connect over something fun. So,
Yes.
you know, again,
Oh, and that is
Yeah,
phenomenal.
and that's great.
That is-
Like I always like to see couples bonding over something that one of them likes. And the fact that you are bonding with your husband over cigars and you actually like it,
And trying something-
right, trying something new,
Yeah.
is great. I love it. I think that all couples should try to find something.
Hi, Lavonda.
Hey, Lavonda. Hi, Mama. To bond about, and this is great because it's so relaxing. It's a way for you guys just to when the kids go to bed, you can sit on the patio, you can just chill and talk about, okay, this is how my day went. How's your day? Okay, what do we got coming up? And just relax when you're doing
exactly. And, that's one of the things that really drew me in. And I don't remember if I've told you the whole story, but I actually started smoking a pipe. And I did that for about 6 months. But the first pipe I bought a pipe of tobacco, and they had a little lounge in the back. And I sat back there and was sitting with the other guys and chatting and talking. And I was like, man, this is where I need to be. This is so relaxing because I had just had a shit day. I actually had a shit month, but it was poignant for the last couple of days. And I said, I'd always wanted to smoke a pipe. I thought it would be cool. I wanted to, drink some scotch because I always loved the smell of the pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be cool to collect the pipes because they're beautiful.
They're beautiful.
So
Craftsmanship's gorgeous.
I smoked a pipe for about 6 months and then tried a cigar and I was like, damn, this is a lot less effort than a pipe.
Yeah, when you're packing a pipe. Like, I have never smoked a pipe, and so that I'm going to...
But I've seen people in the work.
And we're going to have Ted on, and so that's when I'm going to smoke my first pipe when he's on.
Oh, cool.
But I can tell you now, I probably won't smoke a pipe very often if I got to keep packing it and lighting and packing it and lighting. That's going to get on my nerves.
Well,
so I'm
I'll
gonna
tell you
be
what,
like,
if you're by yourself and you're just kicking back,
it's different.
It's different because, you're just sitting there and you poke it a little bit, and take a little bit, and then, you know what, you poke a little bit, but you're not doing anything anyway, so I mean, it's not like you're trying to carry on a conversation and do stuff while you're doing it.
So for me, this feels very social. I actually just had a conversation with Josh about this feels very social, and I can see the appeal of the lounge.
What's your break? Oh, okay.
From a social component.
Yeah, this is like, especially coming here to industrial, it's just like we're like a little family.
Oh,
here.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I felt that the first time I walked in.
Yeah, we were just a little family here. I mean, I could be gone for like a month or half, 2 months, and I can walk in. Rhonda, where you been?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So I mean, we love it here.
It's fantastic. Like I said, I've been here I could count them on the number on my hand here. But every time I've been here, it's been fantastic.
It's been nice.
It's been a great experience. Yeah.
And that's what you're gonna get every time you come in here.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that because
we don't put up with drama. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I read the rules tonight, and I was like, all right.
And they're serious about these rules too. And people abide by them too. And if you cannot, you can get out.
The one I think I might struggle with is watching my volume.
Oh,
You're
all right.
You'll be all right in here.
I'm like, that last courtesy, I'm like, ooh, that one's going to be tough.
Oh, you'll be all right. You'll be okay.
There's plenty of people here that will be much louder than you are.
Right.
Yeah, I for one.
As long as you're here, Rhonda, I feel good speaking
Okay,
of my volume.
all right. You're going to be okay. Let me know when you're coming up, and I'll meet you up here, okay?
Well, and that's the deal. And I'm not going to name any names, but I ran into somebody who hadn't been in a while the other day, and they're going through some personal struggles and hadn't been in. And I said, why not?
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I told them, I said, dude, this is where you should have been. You should have been hunkered down at home,
Yeah, by yourself.
By yourself.
You need your friends. And when you come into a lounge, especially a lounge like this, we immediately become your family.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And
That's
I told
it.
them, I
so
said,
anything
if
you need to talk, you
Yep.
pick up the phone, you can call one of us.
I said, if you're coming up here and need somebody to talk to, just
step
give
for a
me a
second.
yell.
These Mick Ultras hit for a second. So
Okay.
I apologize.
No, go ahead.
Mom bladder.
See, look. It was you, not me. See? That's too funny.
Oh.
So we just need to make sure that you let that person know.
Oh,
and I
did.
know who you're talking
and
about.
And I stressed it heartedly and told him if he needed anything, give me a yell. And
so we're going straight to the Woodford.
I'm not sure where the bag is, and I'm just gonna go a little
It's
bit.
right down here. All you have to do is speak up. Just ask, man. If you don't ask, I can't give it to you. Jesus.
I'm just not winning with you tonight.
You don't win anyway. Any night.
Damn. That's harsh, Ron.
You know I love you.
Sometimes I wonder.
We're supposed to be drinking Michelob Ultra. You can't drink the rest of the stuff until we're done.
My squad called me out here.
Oh, well, don't get me wrong. I can finish that real quick.
My squad called me out and said she's worried about her volume. And I actually have someone who's hanging out watching a KU game. Kansas. Mm-hmm. He's a big Wildcat fan.
Here?
No, he's actually in Kansas.
Oh, okay.
Kansas. So
okay.
I've got from some people that I'm like, hey, shout out to my friends.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, girl. Look, shout out.
Shout out on
Yeah. Brandy, Kyle, and Erica.
Brandy, Kyle, and Erica, shout out. Cheers to y'all.
So they've been sending me some text
Cheers.
messages. So cheers,
Cheers,
y'all.
y'all.
And we know it. We haven't done that yet. Cheers, everybody.
Rhonda and I did.
Oh,
We missed you, Ron.
I get left
You know,
out
you
as usual.
you were too slow, man. You were slow. I told you about being slow.
So thank you. Yes,
That's 'cause I'm
I've had a
getting
couple
old.
of these before I got here. Before I came to
See,
the
now I
table.
was worried about me. And then
Look,
home. And then home.
I was going to say, Rhonda, we had this conversation before we started. A woman gets to a certain age where you just
don't
care. And I don't know if that's the same for men, Ron, but there's a spot where you're like, I got to do what I got to do. And
Hey, listen, you're talking to a guy that's giving up on his hair, he's giving up on this. So I know all about giving up.
you just let it ride.
That's it. It's the way I am.
Wayne says he's normally at the lounge. He is. But are you working? Are you out of town, Wayne? I haven't seen you post that you're traveling somewhere. So
My
I'm not
sister
sure.
called me out. She said, sing, sing, sing. My sister's, I didn't realize my
He's
sister
looking
was
for
here
a job
too.
right now.
What?
He's looking for a job.
He's looking for a job.
Yep.
Okay.
Good luck, Wayne. And if you need anything, let me know.
And for my
Yes.
sister, who's watching all the way from Hearst,
Okay.
she said to sing, and no.
Just sing.
Nikki,
I told her.
I'm not singing.
I told her to sing. What's her name? Nikki. Nikki. Girl, I told her to sing. I told her.
It's going to take a little bit more than this.
Okay. After I finish this beer and I have another one, we'll be singing in
We'll
this
be
lounge
singing- we'll be
together.
sing-
How about
we'll be
that?
singing by
We'll be
9
singing.
o'clock?
Yep, by 9 o'clock we'll be singing.
Okay.
They'll be like,
That sounds good, Rhonda.
They'll be like, get these cows out of here.
I love a good karaoke night.
Girl.
Hey, we need to bring a karaoke night
They
to the
had
lounge.
karaoke. They had karaoke.
They've had karaoke here twice.
Yes.
Again, it's a
And I have been banned from doing it again.
I feel like I've probably been banned from every place I've karaoke
And look,
at, too.
I won't even try. I don't even try because I know I can't sing.
I know I can't either.
So I don't even get up there. Don't give me the mic because.
So it's not about giving me the mic. It's about the fact that I take the mic.
Oh.
I feel like you're the same way, though.
When I've had a little bit, give me that mic.
There have been there are videos out there where I've been singing with the people who were playing the music. Not afraid to say.
It's okay though.
That's okay.
Did you have a good time?
I had a fantastic
That's
time.
all
And
that
what it's
matters.
about,
You
right?
had a good time.
That's
you
it.
had a good time.
And I think that's kind of, I mean, if we're going to come back to cigar talk here, I think that's what it's about is finding a place. So as I kind of navigate.
Yes, Wayne, I will be here for the trivia on Friday. Yes, I will be. So I will see you on Friday.
That's one of those things that as someone, again, who's kind of new to this and coming into a lounge and learning the etiquette, and again, I feel like I need to speak from like a novice standpoint for someone who hasn't been here, or someone who's interested in getting into it.
Everybody's been there, and it's not an unusual thing, and that's one of the things in this lounge in particular.
Yeah.
Is very unique, and when a new person comes in, one of the first things they do is they bring them out and start introducing them to people.
So,
Yeah.
And that's how she and I met.
Yeah, it's exactly how.
So I happened to sit at a spot where I didn't know the person next to me, and I didn't know what proper protocol was like, do I introduce myself? Like, is this person sitting here with their
Absolutely.
AirPods in? Like,
Absolutely.
do you come here because...
Not only do you introduce yourself, here's the easiest way to do it. What are you smoking? And once you ask them that,
Yeah.
it's on.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I
mean, it opens the door.
And my question, I guess, for a lounge setting, and I didn't mean to interrupt you
No,
here, Ron,
you're good.
but my question is
I
like...
do it all the time. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Is it, so again, equating this to a bar setting, right? So like, I love me a good bar, and I get bar rules, right?
Yeah.
So like, these rules are a little bit different, and I understand that people come to the lounge to relax. If someone's sitting solo, is it because they choose to sit solo, or is it they're hoping that someone, right? Because in my nature of business, most people are passive. And you're a little shy, and you're not going to be that first person there. So, is it appropriate to go up and say,
should have, Rob.
Yes.
"Hey, I'm going to introduce myself.
But I'll tell you what. If you ask them, "What are you smoking?" and they give you a very short answer,
then you know
to back out. Because most people, when you see most people coming here and they're solo, most people are just coming just to chill.
Yeah.
And get their mind right from whatever's going on.
Yeah.
But you also get people that come in here solo that come in here and they want to just socialize too.
And it's uncomfortable, right?
Because they got a lot on their mind, so they figure, let me go socialize with
in a safe space that I feel comfortable.
Like-minded people, in a safe environment that I feel comfortable in socializing with. But if you can read people, which if I'm picking up on your energy,
look, I
can read people like I can read people.
I mean, for what it's worth, I met you 45 minutes ago.
Right, and you already love me, right?
I feel like it's a double edge here, right? You like me too?
Of course, girl.
But
I told you, Johnson's gonna be like, man, like, who you talking to? I'm talking to Rhonda. Oh, get off the phone with her.
Bless his heart. So this is probably part of
he's been a perfect fit since the first time I met him.
Oh yeah, he fits in here perfect.
He's always been a people person,
he fits here perfect. Like, he is the reason why I joined the gym again was because of him. But I used to go pre-COVID 5 days a week.
Yeah.
When COVID hit, I just stopped going to the gym. And then once you stop going to the gym, you get lazy, and it's just hard to get back into that rhythm. So one day I was at work. I work remotely, so.
Rhonda and I talked about that last week.
Before I got up to go to log on, it was like 9 o'clock. I don't start working until 9 o'clock in the morning because I can do that.
I'll say none of my coworkers are watching, so a few of them are, but not the ones that I get it.
So before
I don't want to say that don't matter, but
I decided, you know what? Let me just go ahead on and just join this gym since it's really down the street.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big Planet Fitness fan, but it's the only gym that's in my neighborhood. So I'm gonna go. So I signed up. Then I sent Josh a message on Messenger. Hey, I signed up, and he was the reason why I actually signed up because he kept because I kept saying I'm gonna go,
and he's gonna help hold you accountable.
Yeah,
and he kept asking you, have you joined yet? Have you joined yet? Have you joined yet?
No. And then one day, and I'm a procrastinator too sometimes, so it's like it takes me a little minute to get my mind right. And say,
that's part of it.
I don't want to be rude. I've got some messages coming in.
No.
That's part of the reason why I got into the apartment complex that I got into is because they had an awesome little gym there, and they've got a whole bunch of classes they do throughout the week.
See? So I
feel like I need to rephrase that. It's K-State, not KU, not Rock Chalk. It's Wildcats. And then,
okay. Well, anyway, we're rooting for you too.
And then what's the right? I have someone who said last post I see is from a while ago, so I don't know. I must have sent the wrong thing. I don't know the best way to do that. That's all right. No worries.
Tell them
that'd be all right.
Just do a search on Facebook for Tales from the Lounge.
And it will
and
pop
Tales
right up.
as in stories,
not as Tales as in an animal.
Coming out of your ass.
Yeah.
not as in an animal.
Oh my
tail.
goodness.
But you know what? I have to do that every time I tell somebody Tales from the Lounge because for some reason they go straight to butts. I don't know why.
I mean, well, I can see why.
It's not a butt thing. It's not a butt thing.
But for me, like when I immediately type tails,
I mean, you're not thinking T-A-L-E. You know,
I'm
you're
thinking animal movies.
Yes.
Cute little wagging tails.
So I will say that this cigar.
That's
okay.
But this way better. It's burning way better than the last. Yeah,
something was wrong with just that batch or whatever.
And in defense of the lounge, I bought those last week, and they've been in my traveling humidor.
Yeah.
And that could be that.
And it's been in the car, so.
Okay.
It's been temperate. But again, can I just say that, like, how amazing is that you said, hey, I bought these here. This is what they did. And it was like, we're going to swap them out.
Okay.
I feel like this place, again, being the way that it's family owned and run, there is a level of service that you're not going to get anywhere else.
Let me tell you, the service
The Franks, they're amazing.
It's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. I mean, you can't
Well,
get this
and I'll
type
tell
of
you what,
service in any other lounge.
when I first started Tales from the Lounge, Brandon helped me pick out the logo.
Really?
Yeah.
And he told me, here is my OneDrive with all the professional pictures I've taken for the lounge and stuff and cigars and stuff. If you need anything, use anything you want.
That's amazing.
I mean,
this is how.
and so
like,
I joke,
this
if you
is
do
how
not
they
like
are.
Tales from the Lounge, blame Brandon because they support me so much. And that's why they let me shoot here without an issue.
So,
You know?
again, Josh has like the biggest heart. Bless his heart. He has got like, he thinks everybody has the best of intentions. And me, I'm the skeptical life. That's like, we'll see.
Girl, I don't know too.
It sounds too good to be
True.
true.
What's wrong with this picture? Okay, what's the catch?
What's the cat? What's the
Something
cat?
there's something behind it.
So-
What are you not telling me?
I came up here. I met Pops. I met Brandon. I met Andrew the first night, and I remember.
Have you met Nathan yet?
I have not met Nate.
Oh.
I have never met Nate. This is like my third or fourth trip up here, and I've never met Nate. And I don't know if
Well,
it's
that
just.
should be here tomorrow night.
Yeah, he'll be tomorrow night. Or
Oh, no, I
can't do this.
He
No,
comes
Friday
during the
night.
day.
Friday night.
He comes in during
Friday
the day.
night, not tomorrow night.
And well, Josh works Friday, so I don't like to bug him when he works. But I have to say that
Well,
after
no, but for first Friday, you need to come
Yeah.
up.
and
if
hang
he
out with
had-
us.
Oh yeah.
But I was just blown away. I work for a family-owned company. I have for the last 12 years. It's transformative in the way that your work experience is. So experiencing this from just the other side and seeing it, I was blown away. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, because when you're not expecting to get the treatment that you get when you come
sure.
here, because when you go other places, you're just used to that kind of treatment, so you don't think.
And
anything
I've
else
never
of it.
had, so this
Right.
is my lounge experience,
Yes.
and so everything will hold a bar to this,
Right.
for me.
Yeah. Oh, let me tell you,
It's not like this.
Oh,
This is a one in a thousand place
Yeah, this
at
is one
the
of a
very-
kind, honey.
Yeah.
No one can come close to this. They can try,
Yeah.
but they don't come close to this. They're
Hey,
close,
Rhonda.
close enough. I mean, you can go to some lounge and get good service,
You
but
mean good?
Yeah.
the service that you get here is going to be way different than what you get somewhere else.
Thank you, love.
So can I just, the company I work for,
Are you
I'm just going to throw
Are
this
you
here.
gonna give him a plug?
Well, not necessarily a plug, but
Are you
I work-
done with your beer? You on your third beer? Well, hell, I'm drinking slow.
Y'all are all both drinking slow.
The company that I work for, they do this really cool thing called Snappy Gifts. Have you ever heard of it? So a company buys into Snappy Gifts, and you can allocate X amount of dollars. So for anybody who's in a position who's worked for a company, right? Like dollar amounts, you come, you spend it, but like tangible things tend to like refer back to an experience or something, as I'm mentioning my Yeti here. So this past year, I get to choose from like 20, 30 different things for a Snappy gift. And one of my Snappy gift options was this really cool Yeti bag.
Because Yetis are expensive, girl.
They are.
Oh, yeah.
It's $100 value.
Yes.
Another year, I bought a robot vacuum. I got a robot vacuum as part of my gift. Anyways, it's really cool that instead of just giving an employee $100
Gift
bonus
card.
or gift card that you're going to blow and not think anything of and it's gone, I now have this tangible gift that I use all the time. And every
Well, you
time I
say
use
that.
it, I think about the company and like, well, I got this from, like, I got this as a gift for my company.
Now, my company does the same thing. I work
Yeah.
for a mortgage company.
Yeah.
And we have showcase points.
Okay.
So, and every time like one of us does something really good, or we're on a project or something, they'll award us like 10,000 showcase points. And so like my boss was like, you have about 270 showcase points, Rhonda. When you're gonna use these showcase points? I'm like, baby, I'm not.
Is there something in the
saying,
catalog
Like
you're
there's
looking
something
for?
there's something in the catalog that I want.
Yeah.
So I'm just like waiting. So
Tiffany?
Well, that's we.
Is it? I mean, I wasn't even looking, but then I looked, and then I'm like,
yeah, I'm a Tiffany girl.
I felt it.
Yes, I'm a Tiffany girl.
I'm like, is it a bag or jewelry?
We have we have and that whole deal that whole deal is part of the a process to to improve workers called gamification. And we have the same thing in my office. And when I get 125 points, I get a $25 Amazon gift card.
Yeah.
And I get those all the time. And and they have tangible stuff, but
everybody's got like a different thing. So
Yep.
I could have taken this and I
and
could
if
have.
I can get enough points to get an Amazon Prime account.
Yeah,
And pay for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
But going back to the Yeti bag,
Yeah.
being a member here at Christmas
Yeah.
and Friendsgiving, they give away gifts to the members.
Yeah.
Really?
And I
Yeah.
have 2 insulated wine bags.
Yeah.
I have one.
With Industrial's logo
Yeah.
on them, and
And then they give you this little their logo with your
Yep.
name on it.
Look,
It's
anything.
wooden and it's a magnet, so it's just like
Anything, I was going to say, anything that's like customized in any capacity. So for my organization, like we talk about swag,
Yep.
but like our people, me included, will do anything for swag, right?
Yeah.
So Josh, not a member, but loves coming up here, hanging out in the lounge, works here now.
Yeah.
He just went and bought some cordial glasses.
yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I've been looking at some on Amazon, but I just decided to get these. And yes, they've got the industrial logo. And
we
now
all
he's
have
tickled.
them. Yeah, we all have them.
For sure, for sure.
You know, because we just love this
You're
place.
proud,
Like,
and
we
you're
just-
proud to share it. Right?
Yeah, and we are proud to share that. Like I have them at home on my bar too, and I have
Yeah.
glasses, industrial
And
glasses.
Dave is actually watching. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
And Jake Powell is actually.
Hey, Dave.
JP.
So we just love that stuff. We just love it.
Yeah.
Like, why am I gonna go out and buy something from Amazon? Why does it come here and get my swag, get my glasses?
Right.
Well,
and-
and shameless plug time. A lot of that stuff is produced by Begley because they have a company called Say Thank You, and they do custom
Oh,
gift
yeah.
boxes
Yeah, they do custom
for companies and
And so
stuff like that.
our gifts
So
that we get, like, that's Begley.
Yeah.
The company does
Begley,
that.
Begley and Ollie are
Yeah,
making
Begley
that
and Ollie,
shit
they
for
run
us.
That's
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
So I
And
haven't had
then-
an opportunity to meet
Yeah.
them yet.
So when you buy, because you're gonna get to the point where you're gonna have to get an acrylic humidor, and you just get.
Oh,
you're gonna
and
have
the
to
cool
get, and then
thing
you
about
can
the
get the
acrylic
logo.
humidor
Yes, you can get your
is
logo on
they will
there. and
custom
it-
look-
yes,
engrave
custom
whatever
make
it's
Josh
on
is
there.
watching, but I actually looked at so Josh has 2 pretty decent sized humidors
Yep.
in what we've got at home.
Hey,
And
Chris, good to see you, brother.
they're at capacity, so I was like, what is a standalone humidor gonna cost me? We
Girl.
got a spot for it, but I feel like that's the
That's the next thing. That's
That
the
is
next
the next
move.
thing.
I mean, I'm looking at one too, bro.
Have you got an anniversary, birthday, or
Yeah. Just
something like that
combine
coming up?
it.
So-
Combine the
Father's Day.
gifts.
Father's Day's coming up.
Yeah.
People are gonna hate my response to this, but we actually don't gift on holidays. We gift to gift, and we don't gift because the calendar says to gift.
And that's okay. That is your personal preference
Yep.
and your divine
And
right
so-
to do it that way. That's okay.
We've always been that way.
That's okay.
I just gifted him something today. He's gonna laugh. I bought him some heart little stones for his whiskey.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay,
That's what, we got them too.
So it's like we've got like the cool little molds at home for ice,
Yes,
but like
you
so-
need those. I think that's one of the tools that you need when you're drinking whiskey,
And
you're-
you don't want
you're
it
at-
watered down.
No, you don't want it down, and you're smoking a good cigar that you bought at Industrial. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
That's not a funny gift. That's a good gift.
Really, but these are like kind of the things so that we just buy in the moment and
Yeah.
not because the calendar said it's
Right.
Valentine's Day and I've got to
Well,
buy you something.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
refresh my memory. What was the acrylic humidor? 100, 125?
That's it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
around
yeah.
there.
So I mean,
It's
How
priced-
big is it?
and what
It's
you know,
they
the
come in
deal
two
is-
sizes.
Okay.
And the deal is
I had the big one.
because,
but I think I need to get another big
and I
one.
always have to preface that because I'm a member and I get everything with a 15% discount. So,
So-
and,
but
remember the being an employee.
yeah. But tell me the difference. So acrylic, I think plastic, right? And then
It's clear,
I feel,
clear acrylic.
but I feel like wood is the standard. So tell me again
Well,
the difference here
okay,
and why.
Okay.
Okay, so with
You-
the wood humidor, and I've had several.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have several.
Yeah.
And actually, I learned this trick from Dave, watching him prep a humidor that a customer bought, like I think it was like last year.
Yeah.
But you have to use distilled water.
For sure.
Right. So you
Yep,
spray the
yep.
whole wooden.
You have
acrylic-
to.
You have to spray it, right?
You have to prep it.
Yeah.
You have to-
And then you have to put it and you just gotta leave it. Some leave it. Some say leave it for a week. Some say you just have to leave it for a day or two. Just need to be stored in a dark place.
For sure.
With the acrylics, all you have to do is put a Velveeta pack in there.
Yep.
And let it do its thing. You don't have to do all that prepping unless you just want a wooden humidor.
Because here's the deal.
Yeah.
The whole point is to keep the humidity up
At a certain capacity, right? Like at a certain number.
A certain range.
Right, right.
Okay? And you're competing with the wood for the humidity. Because the wood absorbs
it.
Right. And that's what you're doing when you're conditioning it. You're getting it.
With acrylic, it's not absorbing.
You're not absorbing. And if you want, and the reason they do cedar is because cedar adds to the flavor of the cigar.
Oh, thank God. It was
was
somewhat
almost,
empty.
That was almost nasty.
That was almost a faux pas.
Hey,
But
I don't waste anything.
I understand. So, what you want to do with the acrylic, if you really want the cedar flavoring, you just put some cedar strips in there.
Okay, just like you put in your closet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's not competing with the entire box, just those little strips, and they will get saturated easily enough, and then you can just use the Velveeta packs. And the cool thing about the clear acrylic is you can see the cigars in there, and you've got your custom logo on the top.
So that's the one thing that kind of stinks.
You can see what you got. Because I have so much stuff that I don't even know what I got, especially in my my humidors at home.
Or when you've got those levels. So I feel like, again, we've got 2, and like each humidor typically has 2 levels. I
have
like
7.
Hi, Miss Kirby.
I feel like there's I watched Josh, and he like pulls one out, opens it, sifts through, pulls the top off, sifts through, right? Like, so there is an element of maybe not even knowing what you have in there that I can see.
That is an element.
Oh,
yes.
that is an element.
Advantage.
There is an element. There is an element. Let me tell you, I have 7 of those. Okay, so just recently I had to re-prep all of them, because at some point you have to re-prep them.
I feel like such a girl here.
Oh, no, you're fine,
you're
girl.
good.
Someone help me out here. Yep.
So, which brings me to
this is not a Zippo.
I need to get another acrylic humidor.
Drop that down.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, actually, what you want to do before you do that?
Knock my ash.
Yep. Because
again, I hate to take you guys back
you're good.
3 years here on your podcast.
We're here for you.
But to like, there are people, and again, I invited a couple people, but like people who maybe occasionally enjoy or are a little nervous, or when we talk about that element of like the +1. So again, I stating the obvious here. This is a predominantly male environment, and so having
that's true. That is true.
That's true, but there's a lot of women that smoke now. So because they enjoy it with their partner, or they just enjoy it by themselves, or they just enjoy it, period. But what I will tell you, because you are new, I would like for you to tune in on Tuesdays, the Cigar Newbies. And they touch on a lot of different things, because we hear so much stuff, and everywhere you go, you kind of like, what's right, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you that Pops and Brandon really break it down to you when you're a newbie.
Well,
they really break it down. And they're not going to give you information that is not true. Because you're going to hear something from somewhere else, and then they're going to completely say, like, okay, no, this is
not
is
to
the
disrespect, but
way.
I feel like it's gospel hearing it from Brandon and Pops.
Exactly.
Well, and one of the things
it is. It is gospel.
I mean,
if you want to know something, if I want to know something about a stick, I'm not going anywhere but to Brandon, Pops, and even and Andrew too.
So
and Nathan. Just all of them, period.
Right,
it doesn't matter who you go to, they're all knowledgeable about it. They're all experts about it, and they can tell you.
Yeah.
They can tell you what they like, what they don't like.
Here's the interesting thing, and it again goes back to this place. I'd been smoking cigars for about 6 months, or a pipe for 6 months. Started smoking cigars, and I probably smoked cigars for another 6 months before I found this place. And I destroyed so many cigars not knowing what I was doing, but having a good time doing it. And I have learned so much just hanging out here that it's just crazy, you know, and not stuff that you're going to normally learn at another cigar lounge.
And not to toot Josh's horn here or anybody else's, but I do feel like that and I call them team members in my company, but I feel like the people who work here also have a really fantastic working knowledge, because the Franks have really done a great job of making sure that the people who are here have tasted cigars and know what's going on. And so, like, they can recommend something based on, like, tell me what you like, and, you know, hey, I see that you smoke this, and I'm going to
call them out. You don't get that at CI. When you go into the Humidor at CI to buy a cigar, those employees don't know shit.
Well,
all they can do is ring you up.
Okay, so I have frequented CI a lot. Not because...
You said that on air? You crazy?
Shut up.
Just over the years, I mean, she's learned her lesson, but over the years, you've been, you go to places.
When I'm out, or my girls will call me like, hey, I'm at CI. Okay, well, first of all, I look at what time it is, first of all.
Yeah.
There's a time that I will go and, like, say, hey,
well, I mean,
I'll
we already
stick with you, but then I got to go.
We've discussed
because it's Club CI in there, and then yes, it's Club CI,
and we don't have to name anything here. You can fill me in after 9 as to what that means.
Yeah. But there is a couple people in the Humidor that do know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But not many. So he's right, not many. But when I go into a cigar lounge, I always buy 2 to 3 sticks from the house, because that is the cigar etiquette.
Yep.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Even if I don't want to be in there, but my girls are in there, I will buy 2 to 3.
And I may not smoke those in there.
No,
but I may smoke what I brought.
Exactly.
But I'm at least going to buy a couple from them.
Because that's the cigar etiquette.
I'm at least doing a 1-for-1. I mean, if I smoke one, I brought it in. I bought one. I go to light up another one. I go to the Humidor and buy another.
And when I say I've been in there a lot at CI, I literally can count on my hand how many times I've been in there. 5 times. So that's, to me, that's a lot, because it's Club CI.
Well, and again, I think it's about finding the place where you feel comfortable. I feel like it's the same when you go to bars, right? Like you test out some bars and you try out some places, and you figure out what's a good fit for you.
Right.
And so, you know, I tell Josh, I'm like, I don't want to crash your space, right? Like, this is your space. But I do enjoy being here, and I feel incredibly comfortable. And I know we're nearing 9, and I've been called out a couple times on here, and I doubt that they've been commenting here.
Hey, if we run over, we don't care.
Okay, so I've been called out like 3 times for a shot, and I have no idea what's there, and I don't do shots, and I don't know if I need to have Josh bring me whatever he's got.
They want you to take a shot?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. You don't have to take a shot.
You don't have to take a shot. Take a shot of what?
So I just had...
Because I tell you what I've got here...
What is this? It's Woodford. Woodford is not a shot drink.
It is not a shot drink.
And what Josh is drinking is not shot. So I just had someone say, I opened
so
YouTube and commented about you taking a shot.
We're not 12, okay? And we're not...
My friends are.
Okay.
They act like they're 12.
Yeah. It's okay, though.
But he's ready.
I'm not in high school doing shots, okay?
However...
So this is what I have to say.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, industrial is my home.
Yeah.
And it will always be my home, no matter wherever I frequent.
Yeah.
I know I can always come home and be welcome here.
Well,
and on top of that, when you come in here, everybody is so damn nice. You actually wonder, like, really? You get kind of taken back a little bit, because people are so nice. Because everywhere you go, people are not as nice. So it makes you kind of wonder.
I have to say this. I work and spend 40 plus hours a week working for a company like this. It starts at the top. So I full-fledged believe that the environment that this lounge has is 1,000% based on Pops and Brandon and Nate and Andrew. It is the standard that they set.
You have to, and you may not know this yet, but you have to include Ale and Begley, because they are the 6 points of the logo.
Yeah.
I mean, there is symbolism behind the logo, because each one of those sides.
And they didn't just like all of a sudden come up with this, like, oh no,
I can't wait to meet the other two. But that again.
And don't steal from them either.
But it plays.
Why would you want to steal? Like, who in their right mind had the nerve to steal?
Because they did.
From here?
Yes. There is a shop in Vermont that tried to open up.
Oh, that's right.
Using
Patent laws. Josh told me patent laws.
Opened up in Vermont that tried to steal not only the name but the
logo
to a T, and I was like, "Holy crap! How do you get away with that?"
Okay,
and you don't.
Ron,
they didn't.
I just had my friend say, "We are 12."
Okay.
We are 12.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I did a lot of shots and.
Hey, that's okay. I still do a lot of shots.
In high school.
How about that?
In high school. And I will do one, maybe two, if she forces me to.
Yeah,
I'm going to be upfront about that.
Well, shoot,
Yeah,
I feel like this is in good form. So I don't know if we just pass this around like we pass communion around, or if it's you do one, I do one.
Well, if you're not afraid of
Take a
cooties,
sip.
I mean,
I'm not
don't
afraid
do
of
a shot,
kitties.
just take a sip.
Oh,
they want
this
her
is
to do
bourbon real talk. All right. Well, I can't be the only one.
well,
Go
I'll
ahead.
take it. Well,
This
I got
this
you.
feels like a 2-ounce pour.
No, do not shot that. Just take a sip.
This is good shit, Brandy. Good shit, Brandy.
This is sipping
This
bourbon,
is sipping
not
bourbon.
shot bourbon.
But hey, when you're 12, you do shots.
Yeah, but you do it with cheap shit.
Yeah, this is good shit. Oh my god.
Yeah,
it's-
hey, but if you're gonna do a shot, do it with some good shit too.
Oh my god, that tastes delicious.
It is delicious. And as soon as I pulled the double wood out, her eyes got wide.
All right.
You know, and you know,
it's
that's
so good.
It is so good.
And as you get older, you understand that shots are okay for fun, but if you're wanting to relax and you want to,
Hey, that's the quickest way to relax,
And-
a shot. A shot of that. You'd be relaxed instantly.
Honey.
but you want to you want to pace yourself and you want to do a little
Yeah,
sipping.
so I guess, that's a tip to the newbie here, right? So for those who are used to drinking,
Good shit. Yeah.
regularly, right? This adds a whole nother element that, like, it amplifies whatever you're drinking 2 or 3-fold.
Yes.
And that's why I noticed the nice little lounge sign that says, if you're going to pair responsibly, because this is
Hey,
not a cigarette.
but
This is
This
not.
This is not a black and mild.
It is not a black and mild, y'all.
When some people say, "Oh, I'm gonna smoke a cigar," what you smoking? A black and mild? You're not smoking a cigar. Get the hell out of here.
No. This is like you're sitting there shooting Patron all night, right? Like this is.
It's like you're sitting there and you're drinking 1800. Okay?
There you go. Reposado.
Yeah,
little
exactly.
little
The cheap-
Jose Cuervo.
Yeah.
It's a lot, and so it's not a cigarette. It's not a
not.
vape. It's not a black and mild.
When you are
These
smoking a
inten-
cigar, it takes you to a whole nother element.
You're
For sure.
smoking untreated tobacco,
no filters.
natural
Nothing. Yeah.
tobacco, hand rolled by artisans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Show some respect, you know.
Exactly.
It's not a Marlboro that you smoke and then you throw down to the ground, stomp out.
Oh man, I love
And
me a
it-
good red label. 20 years ago. Look, I was a Budweiser and red label
no,
Marlboro
girl,
and
girl.
Budweiser.
And you know what?
But you're a Cali girl like me, so.
But
That's how we roll.
let me tell
I
you
live
something.
down the street, not too far from the brewery
Let me tell you something.
where they made that shit.
When I started smoking a pipe 7 years ago, I had never smoked at all, period.
Really?
Really.
Okay.
Never. And I was a beer
That's-
wine drinker.
Yeah.
And I didn't drink a lot of brown liquor stuff. And I'll tell you what.
So again,
I did clear and I did brown, and then when brown made me crazy, then I went to clear. When clear started making me crazy, then I went back to brown.
So-
but then now I'm just crazy.
now it
anyway.
just makes y'all crazy.
Now I'm just crazy.
Which is
anyway.
why I don't drink any of it, and I just drink Michelob Ultra.
But I'm crazy in a good crazy. Back then in the day, I was crazy and I was like, ugh.
Well, I'm glad you said Michelob Ultra because I like Michelob Ultra.
Yeah.
and
This was my
it's
beer,
and don't
my
get me
go-to
wrong.
beer.
I'm not trying to be
Back in the
pure
day.
keto or anything,
No.
but it's a low calorie,
It's a low calorie
So
beer.
again, I think
low carb beer.
So here's the other. I feel like there's a stigma, right? It's you're gonna drink a brown liquor and you're gonna smoke a cigar, and there is an element to like this is like I don't want to say old school, but this is the status quo, right? And I feel like there needs to be an element of similar to wine. You
There
smoke
is.
what you want, you drink what you want,
there
right?
is.
And
Yep.
so for
Yep.
me, I'm gonna come up here and y'all can make fun of me all day long, but I'm gonna drink
We're not-
my Michelob
not-
Ultra and
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
we're
smoke what I
not.
want, right? I
We're
know
not.
you won't. I know you won't.
No, but if you smoke a Gurkha, we will make
Oh,
fun.
we'll make fun of you all day long. Matter of fact,
they don't even sell those here, right?
absolutely,
they don't.
absolutely
They don't.
not.
No,
Girl,
so,
absolutely. That is not in that rotation in that humidor.
So that comes back to the you smoke what's in the place where you're at, and I come in and I don't come with anything, and
Let
I
me say-
go to the humidor and I pick a cigar.
Wait, and then once you start
Josh
graduating,
wants you to tell your tequila story.
It's not my tequila story.
It's
It's my
not his
sister.
sister-
It's my. Did he say my sister's story or his?
Just
story?
as Debbie, tell your tequila story.
oh, so he's putting it on you.
He's throwing you.
So he's saying
throwing you
it's
under the
your
bus.
tequila
is what
I
it
mean,
is.
I have a
that
couple
you was
but
acting crazy.
I'm gonna grab
so-
another stick. I'll be right back.
my tequila is. I probably have not drank tequila well since. I'm going to age myself here since 1999, and you know, we all thought with Y2K and the world was going to end. I said we're going to go out with a bang, and so I drank a lot of tequila, and I ended up with alcohol poisoning, and tequila makes me angry. And for my bachelorette party, so Josh and I got married in Las Vegas.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, so we got married July 7th of 2007, so trip sevens. We planned that before we actually were engaged. And he had his bachelor party, my bachelorette party, and I had my bachelorette party at Tao, and we had, my girls knew, no tequila. So we had vodka, we had rum.
Yeah, you had all
The clear,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yes.
yes.
But we ran out in our cabana, so tequila it was. One drink of tequila, it was all over. My sister, on the other hand, and I don't know if she's still here, and I feel like, I don't know that this story, I feel like it might be offensive if I tell it. It's not PC, but I'll go with it. So my sister is a few years younger than me. Nobody's really listening, so I don't feel like I'll be too offensive. How many people we got?
Yeah, we only got 7 people watching.
Yeah,
Sweet.
you're good.
So my sister, I am Hispanic. I'm a handful of things, but we're Hispanic. And so my sister, and she'll be pissed that I'm telling the story, but she went and got drunk on tequila one night, and she woke up the next day and she said, I thought because we were Mexican, I could handle my tequila. But clearly I can't. Yeah, and I'm like, girl, it has nothing to do with the color of our skin or the blood that runs through our veins. Tequila
is just
tequila.
Yeah.
So I still can't. I can't stand.
Well, you know what,
I started drinking tequila again, but I used to not drink tequila because my husband is born and raised in San Salvador.
Okay.
So we've gone to every party.
Yeah.
And if the kid was turning 7, birthday party, we had a party. And turned into an adult party in the evening, right?
Absolutely.
So we were really good friends with one of the famous soccer players that played for Galaxy. His name was Mauricio Cienfuegos, right? So we hung out with him all the time at his house in Pasadena with his wife and his kids. And after the games, we'd go to the games and watch him play. And after the games, we'd all meet up at his house because, you know, his wife was making pupusas and all Latinos and, you know, all the Salvadorian foods.
I'm gonna
my
bleach
life?
across. It's right here.
We were drinking tequila. And so all the wives, I got there a little bit later because we were waiting for him to finish.
Yeah.
They already had like 6 shots in. Now, this is 1800, okay?
Yeah.
1800. So I had to catch up with them. So like, Rhonda, you got to catch up with us. Okay. Girl, I puked all over that man's bathroom. I called my husband to come in there, and he's like, oh my God. He literally had to help me clean their bathroom. I never touched tequila again.
So I mean,
Until just
Now,
recently.
let me tell you.
Until
mine.
just recently.
I can't.
But I don't drink the cheap. I drink this good.
I still can't.
drink the good
Can't
tequila.
stand the smell
Well,
of
you
it.
know, and
Yeah.
I ran into the same deal. I hadn't smoked tequila in probably 20 years, and it was the grand opening of this place.
Uh-huh.
And
5
Adrian,
years ago.
No, 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
And Adrian had some Casa Azul, and he goes, "You want some tequila?" And I said,
That's
"No,
good stuff.
I don't drink tequila." And he goes, "You had too much Jose Cuervo, right?" And I said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
He goes, "Just try a sip of this, because good tequila you don't shot, you sip
Sip it.
it."
It's a sipping. Yeah.
And so I got a sip of that Casa Azul, and don't get me wrong, it's a $160 bottle of tequila.
But
It's good stuff.
It's
and
awesome stuff.
You get to the sipping.
And once I took a sip, I was like, my God, that's tequila? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, you've been drinking the wrong tequila.
Yeah.
I tell people I'm allergic to agave. Like, it makes me sick. What did y'all switch to? I mean, I know we're, again.
I switched to my Amazon Basin.
Yeah. And you went and got a different one.
He got a Bull and Bear, one of my other favorites. Actually,
for you.
Nathan's favorite too. So I'm surprised there's even any Bull and Bears on the shelf because.
Are you
Nathan
stepping
loves them
me
just
up
as
here?
much
So
as I
tell
do.
me what you're smoking here, so I know what to expect here. And I feel like this needs to be a V cut, which you V cut.
I did
okay,
V-cut because it's a larger ring gauge, so I V-cut it. And the Crux Bull and Bear is a solid, medium body stick. And
one
you
of my
may
favorites,
not like
but I
it.
see he only brought
But
that
I'll
one
tell you
in
what,
for
it's
me.
very flavorful.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of depth to it. And there's not a lot of pepper to it either. And
so that's, again,
I don't like spice and pepper. So
I don't
yeah.
either. Yeah, I think that.
And this is if you're not if you're not smoking a white label accomplished from Principle as a everyday smoke /
Regular kind of go-to? Yeah.
inexpensive cigar, the Bull and Bear is right there behind it because they're not overly expensive. They're good smoke, and a bigger ring gauge gives you a lot more time to enjoy it, and more of the tobacco in there to get flavor from. So,
I love it.
what I want you to do with that one is,
tell me.
I want you to have that when you've got about an hour and a half that
Of
you
chill
don't have to
time.
do nothing and just kick back and relax on the patio or
and drink
or
and
here
have
at the
some
lounge.
Four Roses with that.
Okay.
Yep.
Sip on some Four Roses or some Woodforders or
And
takes it to another level.
just close your eyes and enjoy.
Great.
Because that's really it. You can come up here and socialize, but the problem with the socializing, and I say it's a problem, is it distracts you from the cigar. If you're wanting to enjoy just the cigar, then you really need to be in a quiet place.
Well, I feel like that's I'm
this
going to
is
make
why
a
you need
sexist
to
comment. Go on.
Have one at home so you can enjoy it. And when you come up here, you can have the other one. And you
was-
already know what it tastes like.
I was just going to say, I feel like, so for me, the socialization is part of the experience.
Exactly.
And not everybody feels that way, and I get
No,
that.
no, it
and I
is.
get that. But
It
for
is.
me, it's like, you know what, I had this fantastic experience, and again, I hate to go back to the company I work for, but what I do, and we're big on experience, and like creating an experience for someone, and the experience means that you engage all the senses.
Yes.
And so for me, that creates, right, like whether it's positive or negative,
Right.
when you have a good cigar and you've got fantastic music and you're in a space that you feel comfortable in,
yeah.
right? So you've got all these different things between sound and smell. It smells amazing, and taste. And again, it creates this experience. And so part of, for me anyway, is the socialization aspect that creates an experience.
Yes.
And not everybody is, but I would like to think that a lot of people who
But
come
if
up
you
to a
want to-
lounge versus sitting on their patio is they're looking for the socialization.
And
But
they
if you
are.
want to explore your palate,
Palette, yeah.
and you want to actually
sure.
and want to understand a little more of what you're tasting and that type of thing. The
At
first
home
stick,
first.
the first stick at home, and then after that you come up
Yeah.
And you
and
can
go,
you can engage
I
more.
know, I now know I like this.
Yeah. So
and
you're
I
not,
can come in.
So you're not
So you
have to
can
worry
you
about.
can you can add in these other things.
Yeah. So you're not
That's
worried
what's
about trying to socialize and enjoy it at the same time because you've already had it at home.
There's an
So you already know
article
what it
on
is.
my Tales from Lounge page that Blake wrote, and part of the story that he wrote was he had a cigar that somebody had recommended, but he smoked it really while he was doing some work on some cars or something or another at his house. And when he got almost done, he realized he really didn't have a good idea of how that stick was because he had been distracted with everything
For
else.
sure.
And so
Yeah.
he made a specific point of smoking another one because
with minimal other distractions.
Exactly.
And he goes, the first time I smoked it, it was an okay smoke. Once I sat down and smoked it a second time, with less distractions, I thought, this is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And so, and that's kind of the deal. You use the Bull and Bear and the White Label Accomplice smoke at your everyday while you're doing other stuff and blah, 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 because you know what that flavor profile is and that type of thing. But when you're trying something new, you want to help your palate understand what you're tasting and decide whether you like that or not.
I think at this point in my stick, I'd love to talk about this tool that you showed me before we started, Rhonda. And I love how blinged out it is. And this is really cool. I'd never seen one of these before.
So what you
Let
do?
her borrow it.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I figured you were.
So what you do is you just poke it onto the side.
Yeah.
Right about here. Or maybe right about there.
So like where the wrap is, where the label is.
And then you just light it up, smoke it, put it in your
and
mouth.
you just hold it there.
Yeah.
So for this is just and again, I don't know if people can see this, but this is really freaking cool. I mean,
Rhonda does good work.
This is yours? You created this?
She made it.
Yeah, I made it.
You made mine.
I made it by hand.
This is amazing. So I see something like this and I'm like, I feel really fancy, like almost like it's too fancy for me to use.
No, it
feels
not.
a little Cruella de Vil, but very fancy. Very bougie.
Well, here's...
bougie, Rhonda. You're bougie.
Oh, Rhonda's definitely bougie. Now, but here's the deal.
I've known you for an hour.
But here's the deal. If you've got
I see you, Rhonda. I see you.
If you've got a really good cigar,
you want to enjoy every
last bit of it.
Yeah.
And I'll give you an example. And this is one of my favorite stories. Oliver from United Cigars came through. Oliver's the rep that does the Bandolero, the Atabay, and the Byron.
Oh, love an Atabay.
And
I know we're smoking these, but I love an Atabay.
Shit, Pop's got me spoiled on them damn things. He
And
gave me an
Atabay will ruin your ass, is what it will do.
And he said, when he gave it to me, he said, "You're gonna be ruined."
Yep. He told me the same thing.
Like,
Told me the same thing. But Oliver came in one Christmas, and before he joined the United Cigar, he lived in Vegas and he bought up rare collections of cigars and sold them in Vegas. People were looking for something a little different. He brought in some cigars that he couldn't sell because they didn't have any bands on them, but they were in the original box. And looking at the box, they were 139 years old.
Holy mackerel.
And he was just giving them away to people at the lounge that he knew. And that is why Oliver, I owe a debt I'll never be able to repay because he gave me one. And I smoked it the following day because I'd already had a cigar and I wanted a clean palate when I smoked it.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so I've actually got a picture. I'm in my ugly Christmas sweater. I'm smoking the cigar. And I have got it down to the very tip.
Just a little nub.
I needed, to be honest, I needed a roach clip to hold on to the damn thing.
I make them too.
And I'm
self-plugging here.
And I'm trying to light it.
Tool you need,
And I'm trying to light it. And I had a goatee at the time. And I'm trying to light it. And Adrian says, "Let me help you." And I said, "Okay." So I hold the cigar out like this. And Adrian does this. And when it does, it singes my mustache. And you can hear it.
That close. You can hear it. I bet you could smell it too.
And Adrian's eyes get this big. And he goes, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. And I start laughing my ass off because I didn't care. It was hilarious. And I'll tell you what, I enjoyed the shit out of that cigar. I love that story. And Adrian loves that story because that was a bonding experience between the two of us.
For sure.
If you can burn a man's mustache.
Your hair, yeah.
I mean.
Okay, it's time to wrap this up.
Well, I just want to say thank you.
Oh no, thank you for being on the show with us. It is very I really want you to tune into the Cigar Newbie one with with Pops and Brandon because they really touch on a lot of different things.
You know what? Yes, tune into that show. We'll talk later. But I want to thank everybody for showing up, and I want to thank Debbie.
Oh, thank you.
Because, to be honest, this is the kind of people we want on the show. We want people who are just enjoying the experience.
Yeah.
And having a good time.
Well, no, I appreciate it.
Our show is it's just so much fun. Like we talk about cigars too. We talk about what we like, what we don't like, and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's not like a show where
there's
you got,
not any structure.
Like, no
to
structure.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of out there that's structured. Like
Yeah,
structure.
like we're gonna hit this the first 15 and this the next 15.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for newbies, like when you're really really trying to learn, you want that type of show. You want to listen to that type of show because that's how you learn how to do stuff. Like,
For sure.
That's how you learn. That's why the newbies that Pops and Brandon do is
Are you a member of the Cigar Newbies on
educational.
Facebook?
I don't think so. I
Well,
mean,
we're gonna get you there.
Yeah.
okay.
And that way, when they pop up on Tuesdays, and you can just listen to what they have to say about it, because
Yeah.
they really created that show for newbies who don't know, who have been smoking for a while too, but they still have some questions about some of the stuff.
For sure.
Yeah,
And
because even though we've all been smoking for years, there's always something we learn every day. Like I learned from Pops about seasoning the humidor with the freaking spray bottle.
Yeah.
But you have to have distilled water. You can't just do it.
Oh, no.
No, you have to have
That's
distilled water.
Yeah.
And I never even thought about that because I was taught to use a damn sponge and leave the sponge in there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Well, you do leave a a damp sponge, but it's distilled water.
Yeah,
But
yes,
again, I think that there's so much different stuff and so much different information that's out there.
Exactly.
To have.
They're gonna tell you the quickest way, the white ray, and everything else.
Well, and the how to fake spot a fake Cuban. I mean, and
yeah.
the
gosh,
mystery
that's-
behind ash, and I mean, it's just there's so much stuff to learn, and the deal is, you can learn that stuff and still not take away from the enjoyment of what you were doing. at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Right.
You know, and I joke because for probably the first 6 months that I smoked a cigar,
Ron, you're
I
killing
didn't
me.
realize how the cap worked, and I was cutting the cigar about right here.
Oh.
The cap. So
Too
you
deep.
don't
And
want to
so-
cut it that low because you're
because
taking away.
because the cap keeps the wrapper from
It's
unraveling.
time again.
And we're about to close out right now.
Okay, I'll
So-
take a hang a second.
Thanks
Like, I hate
everybody
to
for
tell you,
showing
I
up.
got
Have a great night.
Look, I feel you.
Thanks, friends.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you guys.